Hey, hello. We're almost there. Welcome. This is almost there. Welcome. This is a second MMD ramble because I just finished another semi-big but not super long project, and I thought that there were lots of interesting. No, there's not interesting tidbit. Oh! It loaded in and it's shaking. Holy moly! Let's go back here where it's calm. What an intro. So yeah, I thought there were enough, I do a lot of things in this project, and I just thought it'd be fun to talk about and give you some insight, because, I don't know, man, I'm figuring this stuff out as I go along. And, this was super fun, super tiring, but super, super fun. Last, couple nights I finished it up. See, I started it around the 7th or something, or around the first week of December, and I worked on it pretty religiously up until I don't know, about the 32nd mark, and then I I was coming towards finals, and so that's why things slowed down, and I just kind of didn't touch it for almost a week. And then I started to pick it up again, but it was slow, and then I'd have a day when I wouldn't work on it, a day when I would a little bit, but I still wouldn't get a ton done. And then I was brainstorming some things, but it didn't take that much. It didn't take a whole ton of brainstorming because it's already laid out for me. That video that this is based off of is like a storyboard, which is why the production of this was so fast. It barely took a month. If it weren't for finals, this would have been done in 2 weeks. Really. It did not take that long to make, but it just came. It was a bad timing. Bad timing for this to happen. Little frasco. I've said it before. Well, actually, I haven't said it in the video yet. I love these models to death, actually, because of how much they can do. They can just do so much, and they're customizable to a ridiculous extent. You can change their pants, you can change the color of their pants, the length of their pants. Same thing with their freaking sleeves. You can't change the color of their sleeves, but you can change their sleeves and their collars. So if you want them to have a stupid little hoodie, it's fine. If you want them to have a stupid little collar, it's fine. If you want them to have a stupid low neck collar, it's fine. It's all there. You have that option. And that's what you want in animation. You want options. You want to be able to just do whatever you want when you're not a model maker, which I'm not yet. Someone being able to make a model like this that is just so user-friendly is insane. It's absolutely insane how user-friendly this model is, and I love it. I love it. Very cute little face. So this, my biggest I don't see, yet again, I don't have a plan here. This is gonna be really random. This is gonna be junk that's coming into my brain. My biggest issue with this project was the fact that it was based off of an animation that was pre-animated, but it's an anime, and it was also a fan-made anime that wasn't made by that many people. So that means the frame rate's really low, and you get a lot of still images, and just kind of the expected package with low-budget anime. Just the animation's good. They have really good keyframes, which is what makes that animation look good, but it's just okay in terms of an animation, actual motion. It's just okay. And so I had some trouble trying to imply movement at points, and then sometimes I just didn't, because I thought, well, this is how it looks in the original. They're just stupidly still, and if I do some weird implied motion, I think it'd look weird. I don't know. I think it was just going on in my brain. If I added more motion at points, I'm sure it would have looked fine. But, I went to have the characters a little stiller at points, which is why I would never show this animation to someone if I wanted to show off my what I can do animation-wise at this point. This is mostly for, editing, and I think it's put together pretty well. That was... where did everyone go? What? Oh! I have an effect on here somewhere that's made it dark. Which one is it? It's not post-otome. It's not which one is it? Which one made everything dark? It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, it's the light. I'm sorry. It's the God's Ray marching. That's what that one is, really. So I was wondering where the world went, but it covers up, for whatever reason, it covers up the sky dome that's attached to this beautifully ginormous stage. Anyhow, what the heck was I saying? Oh, it's almost gone! Oh, come back to me, please! This is what happens. I'm scatterbrained. I'm so sorry. Motion. I was talking about motion. I went on about the anime thing. I said it. Anyhow, moving on. Shoot, I really wish I could remember. I'll remember sooner or later. I'll cover the same stuff anyway. I'm sorry. This sure was something. There was so many, like, fun elements to it as well. I'm really angry I can't remember what I was saying. And I'm sure this is wonderfully entertaining for you. Let's move on to a different point. This, as you can see, we've moved down to 9 frames per second, or 11 or so, because this file is massive, okay? This is just huge. I mean, I have all the effects on right now, so that doesn't help. It doesn't help any. If I were to turn off, like, true camera and motion blur, we get a... Oh, motion blur is already off. It's already off, everybody. Why is it already off? That concerns me. Anyhow, the video's out, so it doesn't matter anymore. The frame rate's still super low because we have, let's count the models together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Let's go to second. Wait, I skipped some. 30. No, I didn't skip any. Tutorials right at the top. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Shoot. I fucked it up! I meant to go down here! Freaking, there's a lot, okay? We're not counting them all! I screwed it up! I started the null up here rather than the null down there, which is where I was. Forget it. There was a bajillion. You can see. Oh my god. This video is falling apart and it's just started. Anyhow, it was fun. It was lots of fun to interpret all this junk. Like put a little Temmie in there and Temmie's stupid sideways face. And so yeah, just giant file. One of the biggest I've ever worked with. Because there's just so many models. It's like the effects aren't even, though there are a lot. There are a lot. They're not really the thing that's slowing this down. It's just how many stupid models they are. In fact, the town I think is actually lacking it quite a bit. If I turn it off, yeah, we get quite a few frames back. Yeah. The town's really big. It's really heavy. I remember on my laptop I couldn't even load it. But I can on this computer because yay. Why don't we have the audio? Oh, well no, that's gonna sound so annoying if you guys hear that going in slow-mo. So yeah, if this is, I wish this wasn't quite as stilted as it is. Oh yeah, I was talking about freaking, I hope this is what I was talking about. I wouldn't show, wait, no, I already said that. Damn it, I'm so close to what I had before. I'm so close, but it's not there. Oh yes, and then I have I have a bajillion projects for this, simply because I had to edit in things and whatnot, because for some reason, Gaster just wanted to explode this project. I thought I lost this project when I loaded in Gaster early on, and all of a sudden, like, all the hair physics on all the models just broke. And the motion was still there, but the models were all screwed for whatever reason. I couldn't fix them. So I had to reload them in with the motion. I had to save all the motion, then reload the motion in, and then their hair physics were fine. But I got rid of Gaster because he seemed to be the thing that triggered it, and even if he didn't, I was still really, like, skeptical. I was still really nervous that he was the thing that did it, so I kept him out of the project until the very end. And so, in order not to add another freaking stupid model into this project, I just said, we'll keep him out of it. We'll just We'll just put him in separate scenes. He's in different locations anyway, so I'd have to add in a bunch of extra stuff for his scenes, and I'm not going to do that to this project that's already exploding. The background isn't there right now. I could load that in, but I don't want to this second. Because this had to be recorded in 2 takes. The first half was recorded up to this point. This point right around here. And then, it cuts off during, like, the Gaster junk, and then I load in, like, 2 different background images. One for the first take, which is, like, the Pokemon background, and then, second take, I just have it black. And, for this scene, with Frask coming in all punchy, which is poorly done, but I've never done, oh, don't look at their feet, it's broken. I've never done anything like this, not that it's much of an excuse. This, actually, let me see where the cutoff point is, because basically the Gaster scenes, and from this point on, was basically all animated in a day. Like, I'm telling you, it was not hard to animate. It didn't take that much time. It's just my life got in the way. All of this was just 2 nights ago, and my eyes still hurt. my You see this red rim around the screen? That's what I saw in real life. How much my eyes freaking hurt from looking at this screen for like 7 hours straight. I really wanted to finish this project. Once I got to like the Gaster scene, the first Gaster scene, I knew I wanted to get this done. Not because I was sick of it, because it was so much fun to do. It was great. Actually, maybe I'm lying a little bit. I think some of these poses were done, like, the next day. But I stayed up till, like, 5 to animate it, so it was really only 3 hours later. I went to sleep and woke up and went right back to it. Eyes still burning, but I got a coffee. So everything's okay. Oh, the negative. Fun thing about the negative, let's see. The post-movie kind of offsets how bloody bright it is, because it's really bright. Like, this is what it looks like originally, and I thought it just hurt the eyes way too much. Originally I had like a monochrome filter over it so that it would just dim it a bit, because it was really harsh on the eyes. I hated it. I hated it so much. Man, no. Took forever to find this freaking mecha. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. I mean, isn't it beautiful? Like, I don't know the guy's name because it's in, Japanese, but it's in the credits. My god. Can we take a minute to appreciate this beautiful, beautiful freaking mecha? Oh my god. Don't worry about those eyes. Don't worry about that. It's just something I couldn't figure out how to fix, because I used a scale. I used the scale effect on him, and that kind of makes things freak out a bit. God, he's beautiful, and his textures are amazing. They're mapped wonderfully, and like all of his parts are. Look at Robo Dick. All of his parts are in English, which made it super easy to work with, and just in terms of effects, which he doesn't have a ton, but it was important. Look at him! His feet aren't even in there. Oh yeah, this is the interesting part. I had to use so much forced perspective with this guy, it's not funny. You see how, this is actually, I think, yeah, this shot's straight. This is a straight shot, and look at the world. Nothing in this shot is actually tilted. It's just the environment. I used ridiculous, and also, actually, I take that back, he is tilted a bit. He is tilted backwards, actually, so that he could fit into this shot back here. He was so big, and, oh, this is actually super important. These things are connected. I'm not just changing subjects every 5 seconds. Bear with me. One of the biggest problems with these end scenes is the distorted perspective that they use, because they're drawing these pictures. They can fit in whatever they want. They're drawing it. But when you're using, like, 3D models, all the sizes and proportions are set, unless you have something that can do squash and stretch or something. Anyhow, everything's set, and you have to work around things. You can't distort them in the same way, unless, I don't know, you're a smart guy. You can't draw them. It's different. There's a difference! So I was having a lot of trouble fitting him into the shot and getting as wide of an angle, like, lens as I wanted while making him look as big as I wanted, because the biggest trouble is actually having him look as big as he is while fitting him in the shot. Because if you have the wrong lens on, because this is a super wide lens, if I go for a narrow lens, like, he looks a lot bigger, but I have no chance of fitting him in this shot. Absolutely nothing. And then I can't get everyone in the shot, because in the original animation, it's a super wide angle lens. So you can see, like, there's distortion here on the right and the left. Even though I just said the left for the right and the right for the left, I'm not losing my mind. It's only been a day since I finished this. I'm still a little burnt out. I'm sorry. So, yeah, lots of tilting. I think I'll open up, like, oh yeah, so as you can see, here everything's straight, and then it tilts so everyone's clipping through the ground, but you can't really see that, so it doesn't matter. I wanted you to see, like, a little bit of Medi in the second scene, though, just because in the original you can kind of see the debris around them, but I just couldn't manage to get it all in without blocking things, so I let Medi's little weird head stick through, which you'll never notice, and there's really no reason to, because it doesn't really add much, but whatever! I'll open up the Gaster scene. Jesus, this file's so big. 7 frames per second. My god! Oh wait, we gotta turn the, God's Way Marching on. So we can see these pretty lights, that were added pretty last minute, because these shots I thought were way too dark. And I'm not good at lighting, and MMD isn't very friendly when it comes to lighting. So God's Way Marching really is, like, the best effect for me, because I suck at lighting. Anyhow, let's open it up. Yeah, I don't want to save those changes, man. There's so many things here. Is it Robogaster? It's Robogaster. Let's give it a second. It's gotta think about its life. Much smaller file, though, so it shouldn't take too long. This one, I cut out, most of the loading time, because it was loading long before I started recording this video, kind of, by at least a minute. It takes a little while to open up that file. So many models. Come on, Gaster, you can do it. There you are. There you are, you silly little goof! Silly little goof! I don't need to see any of that, that's creepy. What is happening right now? Where's the... Oh! It's this stupid new... Get out of here! We don't need to see the cockpit right now. We don't need that. We don't need that. There we are. Okay. So, this is also a straight shot. We're gonna move the angle up. Why are you sitting? I know why you're sitting. It's because I did these quick. I did these scenes quick. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to delete those ones. I meant to delete these ones. these ones. Don't worry about it. Going back to where we were so I can make the point I wanted to make about forced perspective! Oh, there was another thing, forced perspective, in the other project that I need to say. Well, we'll go back to it. You'll see the loading time. So, we're gonna look up here, and we're gonna try to, well, this is pretty damn straight. Not just locally, I want to go globally. Yeah. That's straight enough. So, not only is Gaster tilted forward, but our dear friend here, is facing through the floor, and is tilted backwards, along with the whole stage, all tilted this way. Because, like I said before, he's big, and I need to make him look big. And I still don't think I achieved that too well, but whatever. It is what it is. Because I also couldn't include too much of his gasty pants. Because in the original, the shot kind of ends around the waist. And you could still see the top of the head, kind of. So I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep that feel. Holy cannoli moly. So that scene was fun, and oh yeah, the lighting in it, I love. This is more God's Ray. That's more God's Ray marching. It is a holy effect. I just love it. And the rest is just autoluminous, really, doing all that. Because the light's shining on him, and I like that it reads that he's shiny. I think it has something to do with his textures that the autoluminous actually affects where the light hits him, like it's actually metal. It's really cool. And God, look at him, he's so cool. I have no intention of making any mecha battles or anything like that in any point in my life, but Jesus, if I did, I would use this one like right away. Look at how cool he is. Going back to the other project, yes, I don't want to save any of that. Leave me alone. It's that one. That's the one I need. This is gonna take a minute. Okay, well, we'll talk about the last bit of forced perspective, really, and then frickin' this was. I don't even know what tips to give, really. Because all of this was basically. I mean, all of my animating is basically just me going, I'm gonna try to do this, and then I try to do it, and then I say, like, is this good enough of a thing? And then if it is, I move on, and then I release it, and if it's not, I keep working on it, or I dump it. Kind of goes back to that whole, like, being honest with yourself and being honest with your work. Oh, Hannah models everybody likes. Look at this little chibi-chabus. Chibi-chabus! I love them to death. They're so freaking cute, and I hope I can find an excuse to use them in the future, even though I'm not sure I will. Also, look at this explosion effect. It's another effect by, Beam Man, who makes these effects just so unbelievably easy to use. Like, it's ridiculous. Let me see if we can not track it, and then just move to the town and play this out. Oh, wait, no, we have to track it. Dang it! I wanted to kind of show you the explosion from a distance a bit more, but it's gonna be hard to do. Whatever. I don't need to be on Poop Child. No, thank you. So anyhow, I adore this effect with a passion. It's great. I want to use the Chibi Chabas in the future, and I put Muffet in there because, I mean, God, look at her face. She's so cute. Also, the funny thing about these chibi models, they're not actually smaller than a normal model. They're proportioned to be the size of a normal model, and I like that a lot. Much easier to work with. Not that that's important, but geez, look at her colors. I love it. Anyhow, freaking last bit of forced perspective that I said I was going to talk about is here during the stupid negative scene, so let me take that negative effect off because it's hurting my eyes. They are not lined up with this here. Well, I guess you probably already saw it when I was spinning this around, but they're all on one plane, basically, over here. Plane of existence. And that's to make them look smaller. Because when they're over here in this area, they look way too big in proportion to him. In comparison to the original video. I was trying to, get them around the same size. And they looked way too big when they're actually lined up with him. So moving them over to the right, using forced perspective, boys and girls, it makes them look smaller without them actually being smaller, but it's an illusion. It's an illusion. And it's a great one, and it's a good thing to use and learn and so on and so forth. Animation is just problem solving, I'll say it again. It's nothing but problem solving and just finding ways around things. That's basically all it is. I mean, other than trying to master motion and whatnot, which I am nowhere near because I'm afraid of feet. Which has become very clear in my videos, and I kind of want to do more things with feet. I want to do more walk cycles, run cycles, just natural movement. I need to do more of that because I'm doing a lot of like this really action-y stuff, which I don't want to stop. I'm not gonna, like, that's just fun stuff to work on. I love it. Oh, chill out, man. Your face is crazy. You're following the camera with your eyes, and it's creeping me out. Which is, like, the action stuff's super fun to do, but I also want to be able to, I also want to be able to have opportunities to work on more natural motion, just kind of everyday motion as well mixed in. I need to work on my acting, like, abilities with freaking, when it comes to animation, because, like, that's why Determination is one of my favorites, is because it mixed a little bit of the action with actual acting. And so Determination and, like, the Skelebros Meet Their Doom are two of my favorites, and they were so fun to work on because I got to really portray, clear emotions, and I tried to give the correct motion to what was being acted out, and that's fun to do. It's fun to actually act with your model, which you should always be doing either way, but just in the more traditional sense of they're saying words, make sure the emotions match up with the movement and things like that. Such a blast. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, the fire. And actually the whole thing with the black sky, that was a mistake. Well, not a mistake, it was unexpected. Originally, when I did not add the God's Ray marching to the scene just right after this, you saw the blue sky here, and in the back of my head, I wasn't thinking about it directly, but in the back of my head, I was like, the fire and then the freaking blue over here is just so distracting, because it's like, oh, it's a nice day back here. And I was like, oh, well, there's really not much I can do about it. I can't add fog or something, because it's going to make everything up in here a little too, ugh. And I was afraid to add such a big effect in so late. But then I thought, oh, and on God's Ray marching, because the next scene, it had to have better lighting. It just had to have something to make it pop. And then when I loaded in the God's Ray marching effect, I was like, shoot! Why is it taking out the freaking sky? And I was getting really upset, and then I realized, wait a minute. I'm only using it for this last scene here, and it actually looks better with it black. So I was like, okay, I'll roll with that. And so it was perfect. And then just during the last bit, I turned it off, so that it matched up with the original a bit more. And it's less distracting because the fire's no longer in the scene anymore. It was just those clashing colors, those technically complementary colors, were way too noticeable. So yeah. Freaking, I am going to work with Chara more in the future, Char. I don't care what anyone says. Not that anyone's really saying anything, but Jesus Christ. I love his face. I'm gonna say I go back and forth between, everyone fucking knows, I don't care. I love his face, I love their teeth, because, like, you have the choice. You have the choice to make their teeth shark teeth. And I just think shark teeth fits Char perfectly in my brain, at least. I love them. I love their crazy face. I love the skulls in their eyes. Did I mention I love these freaking models to death? I don't think I have enough in my life. Oh, don't worry about this. This is part of this this freaking Gaster Blaster was literally added during the last 5 minutes. Anyhow, I wonder if I've exhausted everything I could possibly talk about in this animation, when I probably haven't. I just can't think of anything to say. This beginning part's one of my favorite things to animate, and it's the only reason why I worked on this project, is because I was like, hey, these models... Also, I should address this in this video. This wouldn't exist if these models, these specific Frisk and Chara models, if they didn't exist, this video wouldn't exist. So please remember that. The reason why I even decided I could do this project was because these models could pull off the facials. Please remember that! Jesus, I understand not everyone's gonna like these models, no one has to. And I know a lot of you are freaking just stuck on the old ones because they're the old ones, and people have trouble adjusting to new things, and they really like uber anime style shit in MMD, which is a thing on its own, and you can like that, and it's fine, I understand. But don't shit on them just because they don't look like Tita. Because, Jesus Christ, not only is that so unfair, but it's, like, pretty shallow-minded. At least when it comes to, like, appreciation of animation in general. Because it's like, there should be variety. There should be something different to look at. And so many people have become just so okay with watching video upon video with nothing but stupid Tita faces. And I think the Tita model is beautiful. I do. I know other people have issues with it. I have issues with it. There are issues with it. Big issues with it. But in general, I think it's a beautiful looking model. I think it's a beautiful looking base. But I'm sick of seeing it! Only Tita! And some models only use Tita models. I can't stand that. I just can't watch it. It's like, I'd like to watch the video, but it's like, it's the same thing over and over. It's the same thing. Freaking Tita model standing in a room, not moving its legs, and freaking swaying side to side, singing a stupid moody song. That's also very popular right now. Yeah, that's how it goes. And it's like, that's not what I enjoy about MMD, at least. If that's what you enjoy about MMD, go for it. Have at it. I am all for it. But I can't really watch that much content like that. I could never make content like that. I tried once, ages ago, and I just despised working on it. It just felt soulless. To me, this is just all a personal thing. And, so anyhow, I have never come across a single MMD model that can make literally any of these faces. They're fantastic. They're just fantastic. I cannot get enough. I can't. I don't use models that I don't think are fantastic. That's it, just period. If I don't think it's good enough to use, I don't use it. And that also means that, like, the freaking, the emotions on them have to be up to par, too. That's a huge thing for me, because, like, animation is it's just communicating emotions. It's basically what it is. And if you have a model that literally cannot express on its face, there's a big problem there. What are you even doing? Drives me nuts. So I get sick of the freaking stupid idle-faced anime characters, and I'm fine with them looking the way they do, but if they could actually express, that'd be great. You know, I love characters that can get, like, a mouth that can basically engulf half their face. With most MMD models, actually this is a great example, their mouth barely gets bigger than this. That's pretty much as big as you get. And it's like, wow, what an unexpressive fucking face. You can't even tell if they're smiling or frowning because their mouth is literally so small, you can't tell. You cannot tell. Whereas these beautiful things, I find that creepy facial. Look at that. And now we're gonna do the open. Ah, it's creepy, alright. But that's expressive. Jesus Christ. If it's expressive. I love them. I love them. Also, one of my other favorite ones that's very simple that you never find on freaking MMD models is a happy facial. A happy facial. One that brings the bottom eyelid up. Why is that so hard to ask? Why is that such a difficult thing to request? I mean, like, there's been so many videos. So many videos where I wished they had that. I mean, so many freaking models, they don't even have, like, a good gout facial, which is where, you know, the freaking, the top lids come down like that. To be honest, I think that's the main reason, the biggest thing about the freaking Tita face, other than the fact that they could make one big mouth, which is great, which is another reason why I think people like it, because it can be somewhat expressive. Still very limited. In comparison to this, it's nothing. But anyhow, I think that's what draws people to it, is because it has big facials. It has an expressive face. But these are even more expressive. I don't know. Oh, okay. My point was, that was probably my favorite facial on Tita, is their doubt facial, because not only does it do their top eyelashes go flat, but they almost invert a bit, like a U. I can't show you on this model because it doesn't quite, it doesn't work the same way. They're different models. But that was probably my favorite because it really looked like it was drawn then, and that was an interesting element. And it gave some really nice face. You could get some nice facials out of that. I used that like crazy with Car Char Car. It's riddled all over freaking Determination and Stronger Than You. Like the doubt facial is like the biggest one I used because of that. It held a lot. So just never doubt those facials. Give these models a shot. Oh my god. Blukey's super cute. The person that made his name's in the credits because I'm a bad person. I can't remember right now and I'm super sorry. It's hard to find a Grillby model at first because there's only like one. And I love the person that made it, so thank you to them. Also in the credits of the, the original upload. Beautiful Metaton, beautiful freaking Undyne. I think I pretty much exhausted what I can speak about. At least what's come to mind. I mean, God. I love the faces on those two models. I gotta shut up about that now. I did my little rant. Cute little Gasty Blasties. Oh, he's freaking out. He's freaking out. Now I'm just doing commentary. But not really. Jeebus. Some of these... This is another one of those scenes where it was kind of hard to do too much with because of how, like, limited the shot was, and then there were, like, in the original, there's, like, water streams following the character, but I also didn't want to have Pappy actually, like, attacking Frisk, because I'm like, that's just too much to explain, that's just weird. So I let it be, and also it's hard to find any, like, effects like that would work. I know there's some, but I have not gotten my hands on them, unfortunately. And Blukey serves as a nice little transitioner here. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, and it's scenes like that, where, like, scenes right here where freaking Alpheus comes in and out, where I'm like, she's super still. This isn't the kind of animation that I would normally do, but it's kind of the effect that I liked in the original version, which is why I left it. Like I said before, this is not what I would show someone, like a professor or something. If I said, I do animation, take a look, I would never show them this! At least I wouldn't show them at first, not, like, ever. Because this just doesn't display what kind of motion I can do. This is pretty stiff for the most part. It's not, like, the motion that's there isn't stiff, I shouldn't say that. But there isn't a lot of motion. There actually isn't that much animation in here. Like, they're all still here. They're posed here, posed there. This is just basically one pose, but just, like, their base bone is moved a bit, and their arms are moved slightly, but it's just 2 different points. This is 4 frames repeated over and over at different times for both of them, but it's basically 4 different frames here, and then it's repeated. I don't animate the effects, they're pre-animated, because it's an effect. This was just a little cycle, it's like, I like the wave. The wave on the Ice Cream Man came out okay, I like that. This is still too, this is just freaking Master Bones moving, there's nothing more. I made 1 cycle for the frickin' cape, so that's not even new animation, that's recycled already, from this video. Frisk literally isn't moving here, he just moves his Master Bone. Undyne, yet again, really isn't moving until the last few frames here where she turns her head. Sans only moves his hands, head, and upper bone. Like, everything above the torso he moves, but he moves nothing below. And still, it's only towards the end of the shot that he actually moves. Just one pose that slid a bit, that's not really motion, it's not much of anything. The dummy was fun. The punch was fun. This isn't anything. I don't even qualify this as real motion. It's just one pose that's moved slightly. Those are all stills. Grillby's a still. Turnaround was super easy, took 5 seconds. Muffet was okay. Freaking, this was motion. This was stuff. That was fine. I liked this. I liked the subtle motion here with frickin' Frask looking around. I was happy with that. But most of the animation's actually at the beginning, during this whole goofy scene here. Which did take a little while. It took a little while. But it was fun. It's still not super complicated, though. So, I don't know. I mean, it's not even a real walk cycle there. It's just an illusion of one. I have her feet move back and forth, but they don't go through a real cycle, and then it's just her master bone moving forward, and then the friggin' other bone going up and down. Her feet aren't posed. Undyne's jump is really awkward, but I had trouble with it, so I just left it. And it's just like, it's just not a ton. It's not a ton. It's like, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm happy with it. The beginning was super fun. Oh my god, that was ridiculously fun to do. But the most emotion is here. The rest of it gets all stupid because it's anime. I mean, I could have put in more, but I made the decision not to. Because one, I didn't mind the way it looked. I didn't mind the way it looked. Because it reminded me of the original. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And then also I wanted to get it done. I mean, there's no doubt. It's like, I tried not to rush things near the end, but I did want to finish up the project. In the beginning, this scene was probably, like, the most important to me, and I spent, like, a whole night just animating this part between the two of them. Yeah. It was, like, so many facials, like, oh, we're on Frisk. A bajillion facials are, like, going on here at once. Oh, so many. So many. But I really wanted to try to get that face right. Somewhat, or as close as I could to the original. I love the Skull Eyes so much. They make me happy. Oh, have I exhausted what I have to say about this project yet? I don't know how long I've been talking. Probably more than 30 minutes, even though it doesn't feel like that to me because I talk so much. This music is rather addicting, which I know will help it. And when I say help it, I mean help you guys watch it more. I appreciate it. I do. I'm actually kind of worried about some of the feedback I'm going to be getting because I think a lot of it will not be of substance. Meaning it's just going to be a lot of cool, I like anime kind of comments. Which I still appreciate. I appreciate it very much. You're going out of your way to watch my video and you liked it. That means so much to me. But it doesn't help me when people say things like that. It's like, I appreciate it, but I'm like, okay, alright. It's like after the 200th comment of cool, I'm like, okay. Just, calm your tits. It's just, I do take a lot of, like, the comments pretty seriously. I don't mean in terms of, like, people being assholes in the comments. I don't care about that. What I mean is, I take, like, criticism, legitimate criticism, and, feedback seriously. I do. Because I want to improve, and I want to know how people react to the animations that I make. That's, like, super, super valuable to me. Because I have gotten comments that have, like, really made me unbelievably happy to know that on, like, I don't mean, like, an emotional note, like, oh, I don't even know what that means. I don't mean, like, it affected their fucking lives, but it communicated an emotion. It successfully communicated an emotion, and I'm happy that I was able to do that. Because that's what animation is, and that's what I want to be able to do. And someone said, like, it really did that for them. So, that was a valuable thing to know. That at least I was heading in the right direction. And things like that. So, you know, I read most, if not all, comments. Sometimes YouTube does freak out though and doesn't message me about it, or something's going on with my spam box right now. It's like filling up, but it doesn't tell me, and then I can't see all of the ones that are actually in there. So sometimes I won't see some things. But you know. Yeah, we're gonna you can't see anything because the effects are so heavy. The effects are so heavy. Oh my god. I wanted to play it in the background for you, but I just realized I can hear it too, so it's super distracting when I talk. Oh my god. So super appreciated. I'm gonna try to think, 'cause, like, last time I gave, like, the majority of the, like, advice that I really have for people out, and, that goes along the lines of play around with the system, because it's, like, it's really limitless what you can do for the most part. I mean, there are technical things with MMD, like, in terms of things that you can't do, but it's a really great, easy to use system. Like, cause I'm starting to learn Maya now. I'm starting to learn like 3D modeling and whatnot in school, and it is not only a huge system that can do a lot, but it actually is, I mean, in terms of like rendering, 10 times more difficult than MMD. Which is to be expected. I mean, like, it's a professional system. It's like the rendering is going to be crazy on it. But to render like one picture, it takes forever. On a good computer. And that's only one picture. That's just one rendered picture. That's not an animation. So that's gonna be fun to deal with next semester. Anyhow, this is super. I think this is a great learning tool, just for learning motion. Just learning how to make motion. Super educational. I can't say that enough, but I'll keep saying it. What else? What else is there to say? Frickin', I'm gonna do, I promise, I'm getting dizzy. I'm gonna do an interpolation curve tutorial soon, I swear. Nag me if you want. Not too much or else I'll get angry. But I will do one. Even though it's not too complicated, and there are much better tutorials than anything I could ever make out there. Because that's my big issue. I just don't know. I don't know what to say to people, because like I figured everything out myself, and not to say there's nothing wrong with, like, look for help, like look for tutorials, look for people's, like, good people's advice. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that all this has been processed in my brain, and I have trouble communicating it properly is all. I would love to help people, but I have trouble communicating. And also, when I say I would love to help people, I cannot help people individually. Which, quite a few people in the recent past... Oh my god, Pappy, your face. We're gonna leave it on this frame for a little bit. Quite a few people in recent past have been saying, like, can you, like, be my animation, like, tutor? I'm like, dude, I can't, like, do that. I'm like, I haven't even been taught animation yet. This has just all been experimenting over the last 6 years. This is less so experimenting, this is more just me trying to get practice in, so that I'm not totally clueless when I finally take a class. God, this face is cracking me up. I love it! Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice. I need something to drink, but I have nothing, so I'm gonna keep talking and damaging my voice in effect. Even though I'm kind of running out of things to talk about, and this is probably really obvious by, like, me subject hopping. Oh, MMD, man. Oh yeah, a couple things just to say to people now that I have your attention. If I have anyone's attention at this point, because this is probably the point in the video where more people stop watching. I don't take requests. I'm probably not gonna do a whole ton of this anime stuff because I think it's gonna bring in the wrong crowd. I think it's going to bring in people that expect constant content like this, and that's just not what I do. I do fun content, don't get me wrong. But I try not to do things that are overly trendy all the time. I mean, freaking Undertale's trendy as anything. That's not what I mean. I just mean the other subject matter in it. Because, like, my channel's gone through quite a few phases, and, at this point, and, the rule of thumb you can always rely on, is that I will always make content about things I like. Right now, I like Undertale, so I'm making a lot of content revolved around Undertale. I will not make Undertale content forever. I want to be so clear about that. Because, like, I've also gotten a few comments from, like, people, like, looking at my older shit, and they're like, oh my god, like, you were around before Undertale? And I'm like, it didn't birth me! It wasn't, it's not my mother. So, yeah, I've been around before Undertale, and I'm going to be around after it's chilled out. Just with different stuff. It's all still gonna be fun. I try not to make stuff that's bad at this point in my life, at least. I just try to make stuff that's fun, enjoyable, and that can at least bring something new to the table. I hope I can do that to people in life. I just want to animate good, man. That's it at the end of the day. I just want to animate good. Because I love music. Music videos are probably like the main thing that I'm going to be making in the future, because it's just so much fun to work with. And I think that's always going to be like my hobby, is probably doing music videos, because that's what inspires me the most in terms of imagery. It's just so easy in my brain to kind of plot it out. Because the music guides it, and it's nice to have that kind of direction. Music, I love doing music videos. I love it to bits. You know what? We're gonna open up a different project. We're gonna open up a different. Why? Well, whatever I screwed around with in here has been saved forever. I'm glad you all got to witness that. Me screwing up. Let's see what we have here. We have all sorts of things. Has it been that? It hasn't been that long since I worked on one lap. There it is. This might be... No, see, freaking... I still have to work on Begin Again, which should be my priority after this. And then one last treat, and then I'll try to move on to the Undyne fights, if I have the time. I mean, I'm still gonna do them, it's just... the order of things is never clear for me at this point. But I wanted to show you guys something if you haven't already seen in my new animation reel that I put out. Why is this all the way over here? I don't want it to be at frame 7,000. I'm not anywhere near there. This was my favorite thing to animate thus far. It was stupid hard, and I still actually probably am gonna fix a lot of things in it. But I like it a lot. Is this whole thing with her hands. It was super fun. I don't even know how well animated it is in general, but it was, like, I kind of liked how it turned out, and I love it. It was so fun to animate multiple arms and try to get them to cooperate. It's super hard! It's super hard to make, to have them all be moving individually, because I want them to kind of feel like each one of them kind of has, like, a little purpose, like they're all... You know, they're all connected to her, but they're all kind of doing their own thing a little bit. I don't know how to describe it, but I wanted them to have a little bit of personality. Because it's so much fun. When do you get to come across a character that has 6 arms? That's freaking cool, but that's also going to slow this project down immensely. Because she has 6 arms. Because most shots, at least that I do in my work, don't always involve the waist down, sometimes, depending on what kind of project it is. And, I mean, like, in this one it probably would involve the waist down at most points, but, most of the movement would be from upper torso on up, if that makes any sense. So it just means her torso, head, and arms. But what that means with this model is, it's almost 3 times the work. It's like animating 2 models at once. It really is. it's madness. But friggin' Horipu made the models so well, and they were so smart to put in IKs all over the place, so I wouldn't be limited and I could actually move the arms around. Thank you, I love you. So, like, you can actually make a performance. It can actually work. It can work. I think this is gonna work. I think when this project is done, I hope it works. Oh, look at poor scared Frasco. This is literally all I have right now. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I only have so much. I could only do so much table flip. I had to reanimate all this junk, and it took longer than it should have! This is actually the setup that I had from Spider-Girl, like the cover that I did a while ago, and I just made a quick little video to have as a visual along with it. It wasn't really an animation. But I liked the stage setup that I made so much, or put together. I didn't make the stage, you know, I don't model this stuff. But I do, like, I put things together. I like this setup so much with all, like, the strings everywhere and the cobwebs on the walls and this stage all lit up all nice. I was like, oh, I like this better than the original one that I had on my old computer. I'm gonna just use this! I thought it was really a waste because, like, I didn't use this stage for an animation originally. It was just kind of a quickie thing. But now it really is gonna be used for an animation, so I'm happy. It has not gone to waste. Now, yay. I love this stage. It's pretty, and it's purple, and I added in the checkered floors. They do not... Checkered floor does not come with this stage. It's added in. And look at all that cake. Look at all that yummy, 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 yummy cake. Have I said everything I basically have? I keep saying that, and I never know if that's true, because I keep lying to you. I'm sorry. I want this relationship to be based off of trust, man. I do. I really, really do. Oh my goodness. Like, that... I'm gonna go back to talking about the, you know, the anime opening parody, the Hakureiso, parody. Even though I'm on this project now, I don't care. I can do what I want. I can talk about what I want, where I want. That project was a ridiculous amount of fun, but my gosh, it did tire me out a little bit. Probably gonna take a day, a little break. No animating, even though the second that I say that I'm going to come across something tonight that I want to animate, it's going to be like a short little thing, I bet. I just know it, and it'll be uploaded next, like, probably week or something. There's no quotes on that, no quotes, but that's usually my luck. I want to stop animating for this little bit just to give myself a little break, and then I can't, because I can't stop. And I don't want to stop, ever, but I kind of do sometimes, because my eyes actually hurt. They hurt right now looking at the screen, because I worked all night last night putting together that freaking video. My eyes hurt. Can I say it again? My eyes hurt. Don't you just love coming to my channel for this kind of positivity? I love you all. If you've listened to this for this long, if you've listened to the, like, just the vomiting of words coming out of my mouth for this long, I applaud you. You get a gold star. You get a puccagarukiss gold star. Congratulations. Put it on your wall and say, a freaking dork gave this to me. And I'm proud of it. And you know what, with that, my throat really hurts and I gotta stop talking. So, thank you all so much for watching. More rambles will be coming in the future. And hopefully probably about this project once it's done. I hope, if ever, it will be. I really love this song. It's just gonna take a while. Hell, it might even be after frickin' Undertale's frickin' fanbase chills out, but that will never happen because they're mostly 12-year-olds. And they'll be 12 for a while. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all, I'm sorry. Anyhow, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this will be done soon enough. I love you all. Thank you for listening to me ramble like a freaking drunkard for so long. And I love you. Bye-bye. Take care of that gold star. I mean it. Yeah.